You're listening to Chem Stories, a podcast series created by people with lived experience of P&P chemsex.
Hello, my sparkly bunch. This is Captain Patrice speaking from the flight deck of Chem Stories Airlines. We're now in the second part of our YYZ integrity flight. Toronto host Bradley resumes his conversation with Christophe, Edwin, and Tyler. Our flight plan forecasts discussions on double standards surrounding different substances and methods of consumption and the challenges of navigating relationships with both users and non-users. From defining addiction to debating the nuances of harm reduction, this flight continues to offer a raw and honest look at the realities of people practicing P&P chemsex. Should you experience turbulence while listening to this podcast, please visit our list of resources and services related to P&P chemsex in the episode description and on chemstories.ca. Thank you for choosing Chem Stories Airlines, where the journey is always a trip.
Welcome back to Chemsex, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for you.
Our sponsors. Thank you, Tide. Can we talk a little bit about how you take the drugs and why you make those choices? Right up the shooters, which I assume. Just kidding.
I think I've done drugs however you can. I've done. Like any way that you can. Like he's a big bottom, top, so he's not going to do a booty bump.
Who, Christophe?
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, Christophe is definitely, yeah. I agree. But Tyler,
looks can be deceiving.
Tyler the top. No.
Looks can be deceiving. Yeah.
I started off by snorting Tina, and I did that for years, and that seemed to be like what everyone around me was doing. And then I went to smoking it. And then I didn't try slamming until I was in my early 40s.
So you've been doing it for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Not even. No,
how dare you?
But I remember when I did try slamming for the first time because I'd seen people do it. And I was like, wow, these people were acting a fool. You know what I mean? But they were just at a different level. So when I tried it, I was actually underwhelmed when I did it.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God.
Right.
And that's why I think I didn't, because I have a very addictive personality with everything, not just drugs, with everything. Yeah. If I like that Oreo, I'm eating the whole box. Okay?
Girl, don't start.
But with slamming, I was underwhelmed. I was just because I got, this intense rush. And then I was just like, okay, it was done. And I was like, I'm hungry. Like that. And that's truly what it was for me. So that's, I think, I don't know, for me personally, it could have saved me. Yeah. Yeah. That's just me personally. But, and I still do it occasionally.
You say it could have saved you. How?
Well, because I just said I'll eat a whole box, and I just think if the slamming went and I really liked it, then I just don't think that would have led to a good place. Strawberry fields on my arms, to make light of it, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Uh-huh.
No, there's also that double standard when it comes to taking drugs. It's like when someone tells me they're taking cocaine. Like to me, I classify all drugs as you're taking drugs. That's what it is, and whether you're taking doing crystal to cocaine. Whatever.
To weed.
MDMA.
You're putting up foreign substance in your body, and it's just like that. To me,
weed's not a drug anymore.
No, but you know what? But it is because my father has been smoking weed, and I'll tell you, when he's almost 70, and he is a bastard when he doesn't have his weed, and he's almost had a stroke because he had a buildup of THC in his veins on his neck. Wow. So it does have it may take a slower time, and it may not be as fast and as evident as other drugs, but it'll catch up. It's the same. All drugs are the same. I believe.
Why do we have those boundaries around gays that use drugs, gays that don't? The gays that use drugs, there's the Coke camp and the MDMA camp and the new one, MMC, that camp. And then there's the ones who use meth, which are they're in another room, right? Like everything is okay, just don't use meth. And then I feel that's even softening just single percentages. And then within the meth community, there is those who slam and those who don't. And those who slam are the ones that we care about the least. At least that's how I experience myself in the meth community or the party community.
I kind of disagree with that last bit, just because I think that the more people that are doing it and the more people that are slamming, they're just more, okay, oh, you're going to slam? Just go to the bathroom and just be a little bit private. And before it would be like, nope, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to leave my house.
Oh,
if
it's
you're gonna
changing,
slam.
you think?
Yeah, I think it's getting better.
That's great.
Just in my travels and being a whore, I'm just like, I kind of see people's, how they react when I've said, do you slam? And if they're like, no, then I won't bring it up any further. I'll just like let it subside because I don't need to slam, but I like to slam.
Yeah. I believe that there's people that shouldn't do drugs and there's people that can do drugs and can, function. Right. And I think that goes for slamming too, because I've seen, especially with slamming, just people who cannot handle it and they go down very quickly. I haven't seen as many people go down as quickly as the ones who started slamming. And I believe it's because they just can't handle it. It's a level that, not everybody can take,
But is that wrong?
Is what wrong?
Like you're thinking it's bad that people slam?
I think especially as an adult, you should know yourself and you should know what you can handle and what you can't. And you should make an informed decision about certain things, right? I just think that everybody has their different levels.
You don't know that level until you reach that breaking point. But you're right. If people realize that, oh my God, I just had this crazy night, they should maybe take a step back and be like, oh, do I want to go through that again? But sometimes you might just meet that one person that just tipping over the edge right then and having psychosis. So it might just, do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
So someone that could be handling it every single day, could be a slammer for years, that all of a sudden that last slam is the one that puts them over mentally over the top.
Right. But I mean, it's like we grow up, like there's smoking everywhere, right? Like, so smoking is not a big deal. Smoking drugs isn't a big deal. But like some people only see a needle when they go to give blood or go to the doctor's office, right? So that's kind of, I think that plays into it too, because it's Absolutely. It's serious. Like it's, you're actually putting something inside your vein. It's not the same as, smoking. So I think that tells you right away that, if you want to try that and go there, then you have to be able to handle it. You want to party with the big boys, honey? Like that kind of thing, right?
Bring your big boy pants.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I always, tend to have experience with people that have been coke users. They always seem to like to graduate to doing crystal meth. It goes like from coke to crystal meth. I always see that big jump kind of thing.
Well, because of that, coke use, it's because there's a lot of coke that's been laced with crystal meth. So people are already used to it. Yeah. And my friend worked for the narcotics department, and he said up to 70% of the actual powder is crystal meth that they're using as their cocaine.
Yeah.
Someone gave me coke once. It was ages ago. I said, what is that? And he said it was coke. And so we did it, and I sniffed it, and I went, oh, that's...
You can tell.
Because you can tell. Coke feels... Yeah. It's like the difference between salt and pepper.
Yeah.
It's smoother, Cocaine is smoother than crystal for sure.
Yeah, and I said, oh, this is... I think this is like... I was being sarcastic, which you'll probably find hard to believe. But I said, this is Tina and baby powder. He was like, how dare you?
It's not baby powder. It's a baby laxative that they use to put in there to make it
better.
Even
better.
I will tell you that I tried crack for like the first time.
Crack makes me feel horny. Like it's not horny. It makes me feel sexy.
Oh yeah, I was going to say
it's an internalized thing that I'm just like, now project outward.
Yeah.
Well, crack scare?
And no. It was a good experience. It was like what you said. Like with Tina or Crystal.
Yeah.
The boner for a lot of people is non-existent, or you need some Viagra. Or when I did crack, it was like, whoop! Really? Harder than it was ever been in decades.
What about the slam boner?
I would rather like to have Viagra paired with Crystal.
Or you have to,
if one's partying.
That's essential.
Just so you can feel.
But are you familiar with this phenomenon of a guy slams and it's like?
Yeah, some guys are like that. Yeah.
What is
like an erection? Like big, hard, as he slams, the erection is like you can.
I think that happens. That happens with guys that are first time users.
Why do you hate?
Because I'm jealous.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm jelly.
But that happens with first time users. I think they'll always have a harder erection. Right. If they're
you think it is first? I hope it is.
If they're just coming to that newness of taking it, and then
or the polar opposite.
Yeah,
right?
I haven't seen too many like that.
But I think it kind of gradually. I think the erections will kind of
dwindle.
As time goes on, the more you use, I think it's
mine depends on who I'm with. Because I can slam and be with my ex-partner who was like 5'6", tiny little guy. I felt like it's so dominant as a top with him that I would get an erection immediately.
Right.
But if I'm bottoming, I don't sometimes even feel the penis at all. Like I'm just like, there's no. I used to be 100% bottom. Now I'm versatile and I'm just.
I hate when people say 100%. I don't think of a bottom that way. Like no, seriously. Like I mean, I'm gay. I want to see a dick. I mean, you know what I mean. I want to see hopefully a hard one while I fucking you. To be honest, I mean, I don't know if that's too graphic.
It's actually not. You could go a little bit further if you like.
I mean, no.
I would hide my penis because I thought that that my dick was really small. Right. And then the more people I had sex with, the more I realized that my dick's bigger than everyone's dick. Not everyone's, but most people. And so I just got more comfortable. Do you get what I'm saying? So it depends on how comfortable you are with yourself. Sometimes that jock strap just makes people feel sexy because that's how they want to project it.
They're very sexy.
They want to be.
I guess, but it's just like, it just provides restrictions and it's fashion and it's costume. Like, I mean, to me, like sex is like you're naked, like naked. You know what I mean? Like naked is part of it.
But a jock strap and a G-string have a very different vibe.
Yes, correct.
I look at like a jock strap equals the more guys that are bottoms.
Yes,
because they're
showing
off an aspect of them.
That's right. They're
their ass.
Yeah,
that's what I see it as.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you wore the G-string or the what else do they call it? The thong. Yeah. That's what tops used to do in the 80s to cover up their butthole.
Ooh, wow. Interesting. Wow.
Oh, did they really?
So
yeah.
Where did you live?
70s and 80s. That's what they did.
I
was told back in the day when you would go to a bar, there would be guys that were twice your age that would tell you really fun stories. Oh. That's what I grew up with. Oh. I grew up with the story from the guy at 509. Remember 509, bar 509?
Yeah. What was it called? 5-something? 501?
501. Yeah, and they had the window show with the drag queens. I was addicted to drag queens. I was always going. But then during drag queens I didn't like, you would lean over and say, hey, I'm Edwin to the oldest guy in the room, apparently. And they would tell me stories about what it was like for them to be my age.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was in the in the 70s.
This is where the lore of the G-string comes in.
Yeah.
Is that intertwined with the color of the hanky?
Yes.
Okay.
The hanky
color. I've heard that. I know that part. I know. The color of the hanky.
We were talking about that earlier, about Patrice and I, about the hanky, the color of what you have in the back of your back pocket. If it's a yellow.
But even if you don't know, you can figure it out.
Should I bring you a color camping and just surprise you with the meaning?
No, because I don't want anything brown or red or yellow. No, yellow, I wouldn't. I mean, I've pissed in someone's mouth. I've pissed in their ass before too. Like, I mean, but I personally don't need to get pissed. Like, you know what I mean? But I did piss in this one guy's ass, and he got rock hard, and that was kind of hot. But I mean,
well, it's a way to it's reduce, reuse, recycle.
Exactly. But actually, they just want to get higher. That's what they want. They just want my pee because they know it's full of crystal, and they just want to get higher, and they do. But you know what? Don't let that pee be dripping out on my sheets afterwards.
Don't squeeze. Don't put the good bedding out though.
Squeeze tighter. Squeeze tighter. One thing I just wanted to say was, I think that with Tina, I think that it is the one that people are most scared to admit, or it's the one that has the most stigma around it, because truly, in my opinion, it's the most addictive. It is the one that is the most addictive. I believe so. For me anyway, because I've done everything under the sun, and this is the only one that I still really do. And I've been doing it since I was 18, like I said.
What kind of addiction do you think it is?
Like
physical, psychosocial?
I think it starts off as a physical, and then it becomes, it takes over everything.
Does that bother you?
Does it bother me? I don't really have a choice. I mean, I have to deal with it. I have to deal with it because this is where I'm at.
In what way? How do you deal with it?
Many ways. I mean, I try to sleep. I'm very conscious of doing good things for myself as much as possible. I mean, sleeping, eating, I'm not going to be up for like 10 days going, I just don't do those things. I try to treat myself right because I just know put it this way, I haven't made it so many years using drugs and not most people I know that go to that end are dead. Like truly, like the people that I was doing drugs with when I was 18, they're not around no more. Yeah. Chris Toff is one of the only ones that and we know several that are dead, and most of them died from overdoses or drug related deaths.
Suicide, all that.
Yeah. So again, I just come back to being able to handle it. I mean, as an adult, you should know yourself.
Would you tell someone if
yes?
Would you tell someone that you think they should need to take a break?
Yes.
Would you?
No. You would think that's a personal decision. if someone was at my house, like I've had people come to my house, I've slammed them, then all of a sudden they're exploring my house, picking up every item and putting it back and going all over the place, or spending 2 hours in my shower, shaving their beard off. Then I say, you know what,
you're not going
to be welcome back again unless you can manage yourself, and you will not slam in my presence, because I know that's so easily for you to get to that place. Without judgment, I try to deliver that message like, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
I find that quite kind, actually.
I'm a kind person.
I know. You said that you would tell something.
Yeah, I would.
Tell me about that.
Well, I mean, if someone's taking hours and hours and hours, I mean, they probably don't have many veins left. They know it too. I mean, they want it. They want to get high desperately, but they can, but just not today. I think maybe if you
conversation with them. I'm actually asking because I know someone, and the arms and the legs are so ruined, and how do I have that conversation?
Well, that's a difference. Like they're past it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about someone who maybe has some hope, but if they're, if you're saying that they're kind of gone, then they're in the sense of like, they're going to need a lot of healing, like months and months and months. I'm talking about like maybe telling someone just take off for a couple of weeks, right?
Oh, okay.
Like that. But I mean, in your case, I mean, I think that they just should consider maybe stopping for an indefinite amount of time.
I said that. How do you say that to someone?
It would definitely be a one-on-one, and I would try to come at it in the kindest way, but a real way, and just getting the positives. If you do stop, you can maybe do it again and enjoy it. But are you really enjoying it? Trying for hours and hours and hours while everybody is having sex, and trying to find your vein. Is that really what you want to do?
If somebody in my presence is taking too long, or they're just bleeding all over or something like this, I don't just say stop. I'm not as blunt as him. What I would do is I would say 3 strikes and you're out. So you've tried. I say, sorry. I say personally, I take three jabs, and if I don't do it, then I'm done looking. And if they still want to continue, I say, when did you change your rig last? And if you keep trying to redirect the conversation about still using, they'll just calm down themselves, and then they'll say, okay, I've had enough trying. You're absolutely right, sort of deal. Once you become to this level of just shutting it down. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I try to make it more safe, because the more blunt the needle is, the more scar tissue you're going to have, or bumps or bruises.
I mean, I think that person knows themselves as well, but they just are hoping and praying that they're going to, by luck, they're going to hit something, right? But I think that they know that.
Of course we do.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know it too, right? So it's not like I'm being blunt and telling them something that they don't know. You know what I mean?
I find that very moving, actually.
Yeah. I think both ways are good ways. I'm not saying that being harsh and direct is a bad thing.
Everything's a competition. Watch it.
I mean, and I just find that the people that don't know how to slam, they've told me that they'd rather not learn how to slam, because then that could even increase their...
It's that fear.
Yeah. There's just that they just don't want to do too often. Yeah, do too often, and don't want to come to a professional.
All I know is that I see people that can handle it and people that can't handle it.
But how'd you get there? What have you learned? How do you manage it?
Honesty, being honest with myself about my use, and that's the first thing.
Setting boundaries for yourself.
Sitting in silence.
Tell me about that.
No, I think when whatever you do, when you become one-on-one with yourself, whether as you're going to bed at night, it's you and yourself, and that's where all the thoughts and throughout the day comes, and then that's where you come to evaluate yourself and reevaluate yourself. But I don't think a lot of people like to go there a lot and go deep, and because I think it scares a lot of people. And also, it's that fear of almost that intimacy with your own self.
Yeah.
So
that's the hardest part, because you have to be by yourself, at the end of the day, right? And that's why I think being honest about that is so important.
Yeah, I always say that you can fool anybody out there, but at the end of the day, when it comes to you and you, I mean, you know yourself if you're pulling the wool over anyone's eyes but yourself. I mean, you just know.
I mean, we mentioned the word bravery before. Does it require courage or bravery to sit in silence?
Oh yeah, I think so. Big time.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people avoid that, because I mean, even getting to somebody to talk to them on a deeper level, a lot of people always say, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Right.
But at some point in life, you're going to have to kind of face the devil. face your fears. You know,
Judgment Day.
Yeah.
For me, it used to be only buying a certain amount that would last me a certain amount of time, and then I'd have to stop. Yeah. But then over time, you would just put it away. It's like it's just not there, and you don't want to consume it all at one time or whatever. You just want you learn patience.
Does it affect you the same when you do take? Because I find like the more I take, the more things just plateau. Like I'm just I'm not getting high anymore. It's just like I'll get up there and I'm just coasting.
Moderation.
Yeah.
So I can have drugs in the house and not use them.
Yeah,
but I cannot have chocolate cake in the house and not fucking eat it.
Really?
Right.
Honestly.
Do you need a muffin?
No, I'm good. Because I haven't broken the seal with those.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people that will have drugs in the house and they'll say like, if it's there, I have to like do the whole thing at once. I mean, I have to do it until it's empty.
I've always felt like I always know like that's like I know how to stop.
Yeah.
Is that a thing for you?
I stop. Like I'm a little different than you guys. I won't have it in the house if I'm on a stop. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's drugs in the house, I'm using them. If there's not there, then I'm not using them.
Yeah.
Breaks are really important in this kind of world that we're in. I took a 2-year hiatus from doing drugs and 18 months of stopped doing sex.
Wow.
Just because I hit the psychosis area and I didn't know my boundaries and I didn't know who I was as a user. So I had to take a step right back and I moved in with my friend that didn't use drugs at all. So that was really just it. But then you lose all of your other friends, your user friends, you have to totally like put aside, push them away and just continue on a different path. So it's kind of disheartening at the same time as it is gratifying in the end because you're kind of like losing people that you really care about. And those relationships do happen when you're using drugs. You do create great friendships. You create great bonds with people while you're using, but at the same time, you have to separate, I think, to get grounded.
Like I would think that abstaining from sex, that must have been difficult. But I mean, I would find that just as equally as hard like to abstain from not doing drugs.
Yeah. I mean, I had a hiatus similar to that. And for me, I had so much sex. Like we were actually talking about this on the elevator on the way up. Like if we actually told people, like, you know, mums and dads, like how many partners that I've had, like the numbers, I'm talking like
a lot.
I don't know, like how many zeros, like, but 6 or 7, you know what I mean? Like really, truly, like, we have done the numbers. But what was my point? I forget what were we on there?
Just a hiatus and a break.
The hiatus, the breaks. Yeah. Oh God, I had a point. I forget what it was.
Well, the importance of taking those breaks and the importance of, you talked about if you have drugs in the house, you will use them, and so you will have them out of the house.
Right. Yes.
But that these breaks are important. Why do you think it's important? What did you learn when you were breaking? Like not breaking, but on a break.
What did I learn? Oh,
go ahead. No, go, please. Go.
I learned that I like cooking. I learned that camping is really important to me. I learned that, I don't know, to take care of an animal because we adopted a dog around the same time. So I was taking care of my dog all the time. And I'm just like, and nurturing other kinds of relationships with people that don't use drugs, which I still have those relationships as that I've been able to camouflage. It's not that I'm trying to hide my drug use, but my friends all know that I do drugs. We just don't talk about it. If it's not a part of their life, we just don't need to talk about it. They're not having sex with me. We don't talk about it.
Yeah, I think that's very important too. Like, I mean, I'm the type of person, I've always had straight friends. I've always had people that don't use drugs in my life. I like to have a variety of people because that's what makes things interesting, right? If you're only hanging out with people who do drugs and have sex all the time, that's going to become boring very quickly. You know, in my opinion, you know, so that's why I think it's important to have all of those other relationships, and it keeps you like you can't do it all the time. Just do that and have staying power
and hobbies.
Hobbies are something's going to happen. Sorry, right? That's like anything. Eating, you know what I mean? If you yourself into an oblivion, if you work yourself into an oblivion, anything like moderation is a key for sure. With drug use, with chemsex, with sex, you have to take those breaks.
We all sort of talk about taking breaks, moderation, all that kind of stuff. Is there a difference between that and stopping and then starting again? Like I think it's partly how we phrase it, isn't it? Our perspective in it, like the perspective of taking a break, moderation, doesn't have language like relapse and falling off wagons or whatever
that's why people think that if you go to rehab, like you're cured. But I've been to rehab twice, and you learn very quickly that it's not a cure. They give you tools. They give you skills. They give you things, knowledge, right? And they truly did help me. I mean, I've gotten here because of those 2 experiences that I've had, but it's not a cure. You have to want it. Like you know what I'm saying? So that's a good point that you say, you know, is it stopping and starting, or is it, you know, falling off the wagon? These are all just, I mean, it depends on the person, the situation, what makes them feel comfortable, what makes them being able to wake up the next day saying, I quit, or I'm on a break, or I'm on a pause. Like they're all the same.
And so tell me why we have to pause. Like why do we have to have those breaks?
Well, mine was because I mentally had a snap where I thought that I was like this scavenger hunt, like prize. If people found me in the streets, then they could get a prize if they found me and kidnapped me. And so I was constantly thinking that people are going to kidnap me and do weird stuff to me. And I lost a job because of it. And so I had to take that step back and be like, okay. And I thought that I was going to be a quitter. Like I was just going to stop for life. But those 2 years, I was just like mellow. But then I just started back up hanging out with the same old people. And then next thing you know, I'm slamming again. So just like it got back into the routine, except now to manage it, I also take an antipsychotic medication every month. I get an injection so that my brain doesn't go that far down the rabbit hole. I still get thoughts sometimes like, oh my God, they're judging me right now at this table. Like, what am I supposed to do? But I'm easy to shut those down and shut them off than in the past. So that's what the break worked for me. That's why it worked for me.
That's interesting. When we talk about all of those, that we have all of those different relationships, because I have them too, people who use, people who don't use, blah, blah, blah. But there's still this idea that when we stop using, that we can't talk to certain people, yet we talk to all people when we're using all the time. Why do we have that belief system?
That's like AA, and like I think that those are the what do you call them? What are they called?
You can compartmentalize.
Compartmentalize. What are those? I mean, AA, like those, what are they?
Oh, the abstinence
words to live by.
Could you call those, not in enterprises, but those, whatever they are. They say that, you know, when you quit drugs, you have to erase everything. But I don't believe that. I think the true test is actually being able to just live your life as is and talk to the same people and just not use drugs. Right. You know, you're going to have to encounter those things anyways one day. If you isolate. What is the
belief system that goes with that? Because I think there is one. The belief system that goes with that. You can have those relationships and not, because I think the belief is that you can have, what you're saying is that you can have those relationships with people who use, people who don't use, and not be triggered or relapse or all that sort of words, all those words that are constructed to actually create stuff that doesn't.
If you want to quit drugs, you have to want to, and you have to really just, you know, you have to try. It's not going to just happen, right? You have to put some work into it. You have to want to do it. Yeah. And that goes for any type of circumstance, whether there's people with drugs around you or not. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to, you know, want to do it and try really hard to make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Right? Like I only know, let's say, honestly, like 3 people that have wanting to stop and have successfully made an about turn and not gone back to it and that they're living like very much of a straight life.
Are they your best friends still now?
They're more like friends of acquaintances. Like they're not
directly involved in your
right. Yeah, it's people that I know of that have completely stopped. Yeah, and that's why when I hear people going away to like say CAMH, I think that, you know, a program like that is just for them to manage their addiction. But they always seem to come back. I find that, you know, most people come back to it at some point.
Because people will listen to this podcast who are not in our community. What do you want them to know about from your experiences? Not some big picture that, you know, let's stop bombing those people. But what from your experience would you like people to know?
The drugs are not that bad.
They don't define me.
The drugs don't define you.
Yeah. They don't define me. I mean, and there's been good things that have come out of it. Like, I mean, there's been good things that have come out of it. There's been lessons. It's part of my life. My life has had drugs involved in it. Pretty much its entirety. So am I discounted because of that? Am I less than? Am I not, as, you know, a human being? Do I not deserve the same, you know, things that someone who hasn't? No, I don't think so. I think that, you know, it can be normal. You know what I mean? It is, we're all humans and we're all doing it, right? And so it's just like, what am I trying to say?
I think you're saying it
wonderfully.
Thank you. Maybe this time. Yeah, no, I mean, you know.
I just think that people should just, I mean, make their own decisions and not have anyone to make it for them, and know that whatever choices they make, it's their sole choice, and I don't think anyone should be ever pushed into using drugs.
Using or not using?
And I think be safe about it is one of the messages.
I would think more so push. Yeah, I would think like more so push to use. I mean, they can be presented with a choice and let them choose by themselves. And this shouldn't be like drug pushed or have a drug pusher on you.
Attention all passengers, Captain Patrice speaking. We've reached our cruising altitude. We're now approaching the third and final leg of our YYZ integrity flight, where Toronto host Bradley resumes his conversation with Christophe, Edwin, and Tyler, focused on personal stories of navigating judgment, the importance of friendship and support systems, and the complexities of love and connection within the context of drug use in a world often defined by stigma. More compelling stories await. Subscribe to stay updated. If you've encountered turbulence while listening to this podcast, please refer to our list of resources and services related to PNP chemsex in the episode description and on chemstories.ca.